We live in a world where everyone has an opinion about who you are, what you should do, and what you're capable of. But let me tell you something, nobody's opinion matters more than one staring back at you in the mirror. Believe in yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. You've been enough since the day you were born. There's nothing you need to add or subtract to become worthy. Society may try to convince you otherwise, but don't let anyone make you feel small. You are not a mistake, and you are not missing a piece of the puzzle. The truth is, you are the whole package, complete and ready to shine. You've got to stop looking at everyone else and thinking they have something you don't. That's the trap of comparison. Somebody else's journey isn't your journey. Their skills aren't your skills. And guess what? That's okay. You weren't made to be like them. You were made to be you. And you've got a lane that nobody else can drive in. Own that lane. When you start believing in your worth, things change. Your mindset shifts. You stop seeking validation from other people. You stop looking for approval in places it was never meant to come from. You realize that the only person who needs to know your value is you. Once you grasp that, the rest of the world will catch up. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how some people radiate confidence even when they don't have all the answers? That's because confidence doesn't come from having it all figured out. It comes from knowing that no matter what, you're going to be okay. And that's the belief you need to build within yourself. Stop apologizing for who you are. Too many of us spend our lives trying to fit a mold that wasn't made for us. We hide parts of ourselves because we're scared of being judged. Let me tell you something right now. You are not for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. You weren't designed to please the masses. You were designed to live your truth. Your uniqueness is your superpower. The very things you think make you weird or different are the things that make you extraordinary. Stop trying to blend in when you were born to stand out. You don't need permission to be yourself. Just step into the fullness of who you are and watch how your life changes. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this: you are worthy just as you are. Not when you lose the weight, not when you make the money, not when you achieve the goal. You are worthy now. Start acting like it. Fear isn't real. I need you to get that through your head. Fear is just a story your mind tells you to keep you stuck. It's a lie, plain and simple. It's like that shadow that looks like a monster until you shine a light on it. The moment you face fear head on, you realize it's got no power unless you give it power. Think about the last time fear stopped you. Maybe it was an opportunity you didn't take, a dream you didn't chase, or a conversation you avoided. How many times have you looked back and thought, why was I so scared? That's because fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Don't let fear rob you of the life you deserve. Fear doesn't show up because you're weak. It shows up because you're getting closer to something great. It's like a guard dog trying to keep you from entering a treasure room. The bigger the fear, the bigger the reward on the other side. If you start seeing fear as a sign you're moving in the right direction, everything changes. You've got to understand that fear isn't something you conquer once and for all. It's going to keep showing up every time you level up. But here's the secret: the more you face it, the smaller it gets. Every time you push past fear, you build the kind of courage that no obstacle can shake. Some people let fear control their whole lives. They play it safe, stay in their comfort zones, and never take risks. But what kind of life is that? Playing it safe might keep you comfortable, but it'll never make you fulfilled. To grow, to thrive, to live, you got to take risks. Fear loves to whisper lies in your ear. You're not ready. You'll fail. People will laugh at you. But guess what? You are ready. You can succeed. And people who laugh at you, they're just scared to go after their dreams. Don't let their insecurity become your limitation. The next time fear shows up, don't run from it. Walk straight through it. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. Because every step you take through fear brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. Every single one of us has a past. Some of us wear it on our sleeves while others try to bury it deep, but it's there. The thing is, your past doesn't get to dictate your future unless you let it. You've got to stop carrying the weight of what happened yesterday because it's slowing you down. You're not the person you were last year, last month, or even last week. Growth is real, and so is change. Your past might have scars, but scars are proof that you've survived. Too many people let those scars turn into shame. But why? Your scars are part of your story, and your story is powerful. Nobody's path is perfect, and if someone tries to convince you theirs is, they're lying. What matters isn't what happened, but how you rise from it. You've got to stop letting guilt and regret hold you hostage. We all make mistakes, some bigger than others, but those mistakes are lessons, not life sentences. Every setback, every failure, and every heartbreak has something to teach you. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you can move forward. The world loves to remind you of your past, doesn't it? People love to bring up what you used to be, who you used to be, or what you didn't do right. Don't let that noise get in your head. Those people don't have the power to define you unless you hand it over to them. You're allowed to outgrow the version of yourself that made bad decisions. You're allowed to be better than the person you were before. That's not hypocrisy, that's progress. Don't let anybody guilt you into staying stuck because they can't handle your growth. Forgiveness is key not just for others, but for yourself. Stop beating yourself up for things you can't change. Apologize where you need to, learn from it, and then let it go. Carrying guilt doesn't make you stronger, it makes you heavier. Letting go frees you to focus on the life ahead of you. Every time you wake up, you get a fresh start. That's not just motivational talk, that's real. Your past doesn't get to control today unless you allow it. Take back that control. Let's get this straight. No matter what you do, someone's not going to like it. You could be the kindest, most generous, hardest working person in the world, and there will still be somebody who has a problem with you. Stop bending over backward trying to win people over who aren't worth your energy. When you live for other people's approval, you lose yourself. You start making decisions based on what they want, not what you want. You find yourself chasing validation instead of chasing your dreams. And let me tell you, no matter how hard you try, you will never make everyone happy. Some people will judge you no matter what. They'll criticize you for aiming too high or for not aiming high enough. They'll talk about you whether you're doing great or struggling. That's their issue, not yours. The moment you stop trying to please them is the moment you take your power back. Pleasing everybody is a full-time job and it doesn't come with benefits. It drains your energy, wastes your time, and leaves you feeling empty. That's not the life you were meant to live. You've got to focus on pleasing the one person who truly matters, yourself. When you stop worrying about what others think, you start making choices that align with your values. You start living authentically. You stop saying yes when you mean no, and you stop apologizing for taking up space. That's when you truly step into your power. The people who matter will support you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. Those are the ones worth keeping close to. The rest, let them go. They're not your people, that's okay. You're not here to live for them, you're here to live for you. The sooner you accept that you can't please everybody, the sooner you'll find freedom. Freedom to chase your dreams, to be yourself, and to live the life you were meant to live. Words have energy. Every time you speak, you're either building your future or breaking it down. You've got to start paying attention to the language you use because what you say becomes what you believe. If you keep saying, I can't, I'm not good enough, or it's impossible, guess what? You'll start living like that's true. When you speak positivity into your life, things begin to shift. Say, I will succeed. Say, I am capable. Say, I'm worthy. It might feel awkward at first, but that's because you're rewiring your brain. The more you say it, the more you'll believe it. And when you believe it, you'll act on it. Think about how often we sabotage ourselves with our words. I'm just not lucky. I'll never be as good as them. Why even bother trying? Stop that. You've got to stop cursing yourself with negativity. Every word you speak is like planting a seed, so plant the seeds of success, not failure. Speaking into existence isn't just about words, it's about energy. When you declare something with confidence, you attract the resources, people, and opportunities to make it happen. It's not magic, it's mindset. People are drawn to those who believe in themselves. That belief is contagious. You've got to surround yourself with people who speak life into you, not people who tear you down. If the voices around you are negative, it's time to change the room you're in. Find people who lift you, challenge you, and remind you of your potential. Affirmations aren't just for show, they're tools. Use them. Write down what you want to achieve. Say it out loud every day. Look yourself in the mirror and speak life into your dreams. It might feel silly at first, but it's a powerful habit that shifts your mindset over time. Words are free, but their impact is priceless. Start using them to build the life you want. Discipline isn't the flashy part of success, it's the grind. It's waking up early when nobody else will, staying focused when distractions are everywhere, and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. It's not about how you feel, it's about what you've committed to. You've got to understand that discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. When you're disciplined, you're in control of your life. You're not reacting to every little thing that comes your way. You're choosing your path. That's power. That's the kind of control that builds empires and changes lives. Think about the people you admire. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists that didn't get where they are because they felt motivated every day. They got there because they were disciplined. They showed up when it was hard. They stayed consistent when it wasn't convenient. That's the difference between wanting it and earning it. Discipline doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It means you have to be consistent. You don't have to do everything right every day, but you have to keep showing up. Success isn't about one big win. It's about the small wins you stack over time. Start small if you have to. Build one disciplined habit at a time. Maybe wake up 30 minutes earlier, stick to a routine, or set aside time to work on your goals every day. Those small habits will compound, and before you know it, you'll be a whole different person. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's easy to talk about what you want, but it takes discipline to go after it. That's why so few people achieve their dreams. They're not willing to stay disciplined long enough to see it through. Don't wait for discipline to find you. You have to create it. You have to choose it. Every single day you have to decide that your goals are worth the sacrifice and that your dreams are worth the effort. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every single person who has ever achieved anything great has failed probably more than you realize. Failure isn't something to be ashamed of. It's something to embrace. It's proof that you're trying, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that you're pushing your limits. The problem is that most people are so afraid of failure that they never even start. They let the fear of looking foolish or making mistakes keep them stuck. But let me tell you, the real failure is not trying at all. The real failure is sitting on the sidelines while life passes you by. When you fail, you learn. Failure is a teacher, and sometimes it's the best one you'll ever have. It shows you what doesn't work, what needs to change, and where you need to grow. Every failure brings you one step closer to success if you're willing to learn from it. You've got to stop seeing failure as the end of the road. It's not. It's a detour, a redirection, a lesson. Sometimes failure is exactly what you need to get to where you're supposed to be. You might not see it now, but you'll look back one day and realize it was all part of the plan. The key is to fail forward. Don't let failure stop you. Let it fuel you. When you fall, get back up. When something doesn't work, try a different approach. Keep moving, keep learning, and keep growing. That's how you turn failure into success. Successful people don't let failure define them. They let it refine them. They use it to sharpen their skills, strengthen their resolve, and build their resilience. That's what you've got to do. You've got to see failure as an opportunity, not a setback. If you're going to fail, there's no way around it. But how you respond to failure is what will determine your future. Will you let it break you, or will you let it make you? The people you surround yourself with are either lifting you or pulling you down. There's no middle ground. If you're serious about believing in yourself and achieving your goals, you've got to take a hard look at your circle. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? You can't expect to fly if you're surrounded by people who are content crawling. You need to be around people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better. If your circle isn't helping you rise, it's time to find a new circle. The right people will support you even when things get tough. They'll believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. They'll call you out when you're slacking, but they'll also cheer you on when you're winning. That kind of support is priceless. Too many people stay in toxic relationships or friendships because they're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you, being alone is better than being surrounded by negativity. You don't need people in your life who drain your energy or make you doubt yourself. Start surrounding yourself with people who are where you want to be. Learn from them, watch how they move, and take notes. Success leaves clues, and being around successful people will rub off on you. Your environment matters. You can have all the talent and potential in the world, but if you're in the wrong environment, you'll never reach it. Choose your circle wisely, because they'll either help you grow or keep you stuck. The right people will see your potential even when you can't. They'll encourage you to dream bigger, work harder, and believe in yourself. And when you find those people, hold on to them tight. The words you speak about yourself have power. They're not just things you say, they're seeds you plant. If you're constantly telling yourself, I can't, I'm not good enough, or it's too hard, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even try. Words create reality, and you have to use them wisely. Start paying attention to how you talk about yourself. Are you lifting yourself, or are you tearing yourself down? When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you say? Because if you're not starting your day with positivity, you're already losing the battle. Positive self-talk isn't just about saying nice things. It's about reinforcing your belief in yourself. It's about reminding yourself of your potential, your strength, and your ability to overcome anything that comes your way. Your words should be your biggest source of encouragement. You've got to stop waiting for other people to validate you. Stop looking for someone else to tell you you're good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. Start telling yourself, look in the mirror every morning and speak life into your dreams, your goals, and your abilities. The world is full of negativity, and you can't afford to add to it. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader. When things get tough, when doubt creeps in, remind yourself of what you're capable of. Speak words of power, not weakness. If you keep saying you can't, you never will. But if you start saying you can, you'll start finding ways to make it happen. Your words are the foundation of your mindset, and your mindset is the foundation of your success. Change your words, and you'll change your life. Every time you speak, you're either building yourself up or tearing yourself down. Choose to build. Choose to speak words that align with the future you want, not the fears you're trying to overcome. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Too many people get stuck waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstances. Let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. The only time you have is right now, and if you don't start, you'll never get anywhere. Progress is what matters. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting better every single day. Small steps add up to big results, but you've got to be willing to take those steps. Don't let the fear of imperfection stop you from moving forward. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Their journey isn't your journey. You don't know what they've been through, and you don't know what challenges they're facing behind closed doors. Focus on your path and celebrate your progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet, but you're not where you used to be. That's something to be proud of. Keep going, keep pushing, and keep growing. When you focus on progress, you'll find joy in the journey. You'll stop obsessing over the destination and start appreciating the process. That's where the real growth happens. That's where you become the person you're meant to be. Don't let setbacks discourage you. They're part of the process. Every mistake, every failure, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and improve. Embrace them and use them to fuel your progress. Perfection is an illusion, but progress is real. It's tangible. It's something you can measure and build on. Focus on progress and the results will take care of themselves. Fear is a natural part of growth. If you're not feeling scared, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. But fear doesn't have to hold you back. It doesn't have to be a roadblock. Fear can be your fuel if you learn how to use it. When fear shows up, it's a sign that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. That's where you grow, where you learn, and where you achieve things you never thought possible. Don't run from fear, run toward it. Fear is just your mind's way of protecting you, but sometimes it overreacts. It tells you this is too risky or you're not ready. But guess what? You are ready. You are capable. You just have to push past that initial feeling of fear and take the first step. The best way to conquer fear is to face it head on to the thing that scares you. Leap. Speak up. Step out. The more you confront your fears, the smaller they'll become. Fear only has power if you let it control you. Use fear as a motivator. Let it remind you of what's at stake. Let it push you to prepare harder, to work smarter, and to show up stronger. Fear can either paralyze you or propel you. The choice is yours. You've got to stop letting fear dictate your decisions. Fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Don't let fear rob you of the opportunities and experiences that are waiting for you. Every time you overcome a fear, you become stronger. You prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. That's how you build confidence, courage, and resilience. The moment you stop being hungry, you stop growing. The moment you think you've made it, you start slipping. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. You've got to stay hungry for more, for better, for growth, for impact. Hunger keeps you moving forward. It keeps you striving for greatness. When you're hungry, you're willing to do what it takes. You're willing to sacrifice, to work hard, and to keep pushing even when things get tough. But hunger without humility is dangerous. Humility keeps you grounded. It reminds you that no matter how successful you become, there's always more to learn, more to achieve, and more to give. Never forget where you came from. Remember the struggles, the sacrifices, and the people who helped you along the way. Humility isn't about downplaying your success. It's about recognizing that success is bigger than you. Stay open to feedback. Stay open to learning. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you to be better, and who remind you to stay humble. Hunger and humility are the perfect balance. Hunger keeps you reaching for the stars, and humility keeps your feet on the ground. Together, they'll take you further than you ever thought possible. Never lose your hunger and never lose your humility. That's the key to sustained success, to real growth, and to making an impact that lasts. Listen to me. Your journey begins with a single decision. Decide today that you are worth it. Decide that your dreams are worth the fight. Stop doubting, stop hesitating, and stop shrinking yourself for others. Believe in yourself, because when you do, you unlock the power to achieve greatness. The world is waiting for what only you can bring to it. So go out there and show them what you're made of.